everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a unique patent that I found on the United States Patent Trademark Office, or USPTO website, for Ram. And I wrote an article about it yesterday on Mopar Insiders, and it's kind of getting a lot of attention, which is kind of funny because it's nothing really big to say anything about, but shows you that if Ram's paying attention, this could be something very popular. So I want to talk a little bit about how this patent came about, and then I'm going to talk about it more in depth. But so we have to rewind to November of 2022, and Ram came out with a new ad campaign called "I Am Ram," and it featured Chris Stapleton, the Grammy country singer and songwriter. And Chris actually wrote a song called "I Am Ram," and it was played throughout the commercials. You might have seen it, you might have heard it. Well, anyways, in order to celebrate their collaboration, the Ram Design Studio in Auburn Hills actually built Chris a custom one-of-one Ram 2500. And it was really unique because it took, Chris Stapleton's actually a fan of Dodge trucks, and one of his favorite trucks was the 1979 Power Wagon Palomino Edition truck. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I actually had to do some digging online because pictures of this truck are really there's not many good pictures of the truck. So I ended up going to this UK website that sells American cars, and I found one that was actually put online 2 months ago, and it's still for sale. So if you're looking for this kind of truck, here it is. This is actually a half-ton version of the truck, but this is the paint scheme. So you can see it's like this off-white color up top, a beige down the sides, and it's got this gold with a red stripe down it in the middle. And it's a really good, not a bad looking truck. So what they did was Chris liked that paint scheme, so they put it on a 2022 truck. And this truck happened to be a Laramie Longhorn, and you can't say limited Longhorn because at the time it was still a Laramie. But anyways, a Laramie Longhorn, so you can tell by the grill and that. But what they did was they added unique premium touches to it. So if you look at the fender flares on it, they're straight up off the Power Wagon, because this package originally was a Power Wagon package. But this truck here, pretty much a fully loaded Cummins-powered, Laramie Longhorn. And then if you look at the grill of the truck, what makes it really stand out is it did away with the Ram, RAM text, and instead the design studio went to the drawing boards and designed a modern take on the hood ornament that we usually seen in the 80s on the first generation Dodge Ram trucks. So they made a more modern interpretation of it. It's basically the new Ram logo, and it's very blocky looking, very industrial looking. But they made it so it was custom to this truck, and it looked really cool. Just kind of set everything kind of apart on this truck and really made the truck kind of have those retro themes to it. And if you look at other things that they did, they added the 1980s and early 90s text on the side of the truck, which really looked good, kind of harkened back to that time. They made a certain set of wheels that kind of looked back to the 70s and late 70s Power Wagon trucks. It just, overall, the package looked really good. And then it didn't stop on the exterior. The interior actually was really nice too. They put a bench seat up front, which you usually don't see with Laramie Longhorns at all, or even limited Longhorns. But what they did was they custom made these seats, and even the center console has a custom cup holder cover, just like the console versions do, the center console versions do in the Longhorn trucks, which is really neat. The seats have this red plaid on the headrest. If you look at the album cover of Chris Stapleton's album called Traveler, it's the same material from the same jacket that he wore on there. So they kind of cut up a jacket and put that stuff into the seats, so it looks really cool. It's kind of like a little, if you don't know about the album or cover or anything like that, and you don't know much about Chris Stapleton, you really would not understand how much attention to detail that the Ram Design Studio went into building this truck. So overall, really cool truck. And then on the center console, it's got Chris Stapleton's name and a special badge saying that it was made in Detroit, and with him being in Nashville. So just a really overall super cool one-off kind of concept truck that they gave Chris Stapleton. So fast forward to yesterday, I posted this article on Mopar Insiders, and this is Ram gets a patent for a modern truck hood ornament. and it's for that hood ornament that's on Chris Stapleton's truck. Now, they put this back together. They put it about in 2023, so it was a little bit after this truck had already come out to market. But we've been seeing that as time goes on, hood ornaments for these 80s and early 90s trucks are going for some big money on eBay. I'm talking anywhere from $95 to sometimes almost $400. And the Chinese, of course, have cheap knockoffs as well. But for the most part, if you want an authentic one, you have to pay big money for it. So there's no surprise that we probably will never see a Ram hood ornament on a newer style truck. However, Ram put the patent in for it because they don't want anybody to copy their designs and sell them in the aftermarket without them getting, some kind of money out of them. But nonetheless, this article's been getting a ton of attention on Mopar Insiders. Everybody likes the idea of, a hood ornament again instead of having the text. So it's kind of funny, but you can go right here on the USPTO website, and again, this was just posted on the 14th. If we go down here, the patent is good for 15 years, and you can see that it was filed in March 13th, or on March 13th of 2023, so a little bit after when Stapleton's truck was announced. And here is the picture of that same exact hood ornament that's drawn out. So could Ram be selling these? I think they should. We've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, I really want one of those. Unfortunately, Ram doesn't sell that yet. But I think they should. I think there's some possibility. I would love to see this actually make its way onto a Longhorn truck or some kind of special limited edition truck. I'm pretty sure that there's a market for these things, and it looks like, according to what we're seeing with the article, that a lot of people love this thing. Now, I will say some of the people on our Mopar Insiders forum were pointing out that it's not as cool as the 80s ones, and that's because it's the more industrial block look. So if we go to our forum pages here on Mopar Insiders, I posted this picture. This is one that I got off of eBay, and you can see just how detailed the original ones were. I mean, it really is a work of art. The actual, divisions in the ram horns, how they did the sculpt of the actual ram's head, and you can see why these go for big money. So maybe Ram should do something like this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, there's been a huge I've been getting tons of email today. Are they building this? Where can I get it? They're not building it anytime soon that I know of. But leave your comments below. Maybe they'll see this video and maybe they'll make something like this as an option, or maybe as a special feature on a truck. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.